Hey y'all, what's up? So today we are doing a baking order. We are making Oreo brownies. It's been a little minute since I've done one of these, but yeah, we gonna have fun. Okay, so she wanted 4 slices instead of like the miniature 6 or whatever. And we gonna put on some gloves first. I'm only wearing one glove, but I did wash both hands, so it's okay either way. Some people they don't wear gloves at all. Okay, so this is the bowl that I use every single time I bake. Either way, I just love these bowls. And now we're going to add our little 1.5 cup of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my 1 cup. I did use my 1 cup throughout the entire way, but I just refilled it again to be half a cup. My half cup is sitting over there. I just did not feel like using it because I used it for 2 other things. So now we're going to go ahead and pour in my little half cup. That amount should be fine. It's not going to really affect anything. It just determines the sweetness. Okay, and then now you're going to need 1 stick of butter, and you're going to melt it for at least 30 seconds. I melt mine for 15. It's just whatever's recommended. And now this is the butter melted. Okay, so now I am pouring in my butter, and then I'm going to start mixing after I pour it in. I try to make sure that all of my butter is in the bowl because I use this bowl for something else later. So now I'm going to mix it where it's like to a fluffy consistency. Typically, sometimes I end up over melting my butter, so the consistency is more, watery. But this time, it actually did turn out perfect. It has like this cloud type consistency that you're going to be looking for. And that's really all that you're going to need. So see how it's like fluffy right there? That's what we want. And because of how I am with perfection, I do sometimes tend to just over mix. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just me making sure that my mixture is fully mixed. It's just a preference. So yeah, it all just depends on how long you melt your butter, honestly. And I just keep mixing if I feel like it. Okay, so now you're going to need 2 eggs. Large, medium, small. I really don't be understanding the difference if I'm being honest. But I would say these are 2 large eggs. So I'm going to crack my eggs and then have them drop into my mixture. I don't know what was going on here, y'all. Typically, my eggs crack right. But I only cracked it open with like one hand, really. And I had to bring in my other hand to help. But yeah, so just get like 2 eggs, put them in there, and then like you're gonna start mixing. There is one time by accident, y'all, that I did end up using 1 egg, and then there was a time that I also used no eggs, y'all. It was so crazy. I had to like redo it all. And there is a time where I actually baked brownies with no eggs by accident, but I didn't sell those that time. I happened to not sell them, so luckily I caught that. But this is your consistency that you're going to want and need. Like I said, I like to mix. Now, your next step will be to add in a vanilla flavoring if you choose to. Brownies typically don't need that, but I like to include it in mine. So I use the Baker's brand of imitation vanilla flavor. I think it works for everything. It makes it more sweet. I don't really estimate my drops. I just drop however much I want to. Either way, it's going to be good. Like I said, brownies don't need it, but if you want to add it, it ain't going to hurt nothing. You can put it in cakes, cupcakes if you want that vanilla type flavor. It's going to work every single time. This is what I use, so please sponsor me. Baker's imitation vanilla flavor. Now, as you can see, your girl got some vanilla stuff on her hands, so of course I washed my hands. I took off my gloves and everything. But now this is my brand of cocoa powder that I use, the Hershey's Cocoa. I just go ahead and buy it. I mean, if you was to buy regular cocoa powder like off brand, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. But I just like to go with the on brand stuff. That's just me though. And then I'm gonna get my half cup of flour, and also you need half cup of the Hershey's Cocoa or half cup of the cocoa powder, whatever you may need. Now I'm gonna mix this. This is gonna take a little minute. So I had to like speed this up even more faster than the other speeds. I think I put it on like 2x because it did take forever. And I like to kind of like shake my bowl so all the stuff on the side falls into the mixture. So I have to like keep scraping the sides and get chocolate everywhere. But eventually that chocolate consistency does appear. If you keep mixing, it's going to appear. So I'm going to keep mixing for a little bit. As you can see, I'm doing tips and tricks and shakes and twirls and twirls and all this and that and everything. This is the consistency that you would want. You shouldn't want nothing too thick, and you shouldn't also want something that's like too watery or too loose. I like for it to be thick, so when you bake the brownies, they thick. And then I'm gonna actually like taste test my own creation. I taste test my stuff, so I'll pick up the whisk and then drop it onto the little plastic knife. I suggest you taste your own products before you sell it. You should always want to know what it is that you're selling. Like, you should want to know how it tastes, because what if you put salt in your baking mixture? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just little stuff that could be mistakes, and you out here selling to the people, and like, they come back with bad reviews, and then now that's on you. Overall, it's going to be good every time, because I really pay attention to what I put in my stuff, and I think that you should also. Now we go in with the best Oreos on earth, chocolate. Forget golden. I don't care what y'all got to say. The chocolate Oreo is going to hit every single time. I do not like golden Oreos. It just don't give like that taste with like the cream, the chocolate, and cream gonna hit every time. I'm gonna get 4 Oreos. I'm gonna bring that bowl back that I put the butter in, put my Oreos in there, and I'm gonna crush them up, and then I'm gonna add them in my mixture. You don't have to, but I do when people order my Oreo brownies. So typically I'll just like coat the top, but nah, I'm gonna put it in there this time. So here are my Oreos crushed up, and then I'm gonna like drop them into my mixture, and then I'm gonna scrape them out with this whisk at the moment. Typically I'll like have a different spoon, but I don't feel like washing dishes, okay? Look, I'm a teen baker. I wash dishes, so therefore I want to minimize the least amount of dishes in that sink so I don't have to wash them all, right? Now I'm finna mix my mixture with the Oreos and the brownie mixture also. I like to thoroughly mix so it's not just all at the top, but I'm gonna bring that back later. So now I have my pan. I'm gonna spray it with some Pam olive oil spray to make sure that my brownies don't stick to the pan. So when I do wash the dishes, they are easier to clean and whatnot. I'm gonna take that back to the side. Now here's my mixture that's already mixed. I'm gonna pour that in this bowl. So now I have it in the bowl, and now I spread it out evenly. The oil is at the bottom so it don't stick. I use like a knife and whatnot to evenly spread my stuff. So I'm going to crush up some more Oreos, which I've already crushed up. I'm going to add that to the bowl, right? Okay, bada bing, bada boom, it's on top. Let it cook for 35 minutes. Let it sit for 15, 20 minutes. And I'm finna hit a smooth little transition right quick. Hold on, already. Too crispy with it. Okay, I'll let this cook for 37 minutes. I ain't gonna lie. Not 35 minutes, 37, because it's those extra 2 minutes that count, right? So now it's time to cut and wrap my package, but that will be in a different video if I ever feel like making it, which I probably more than likely will. But here's the finished result. Here's me happy because my brownies came out. Catch y'all in the next video.